Okay, good afternoon. I will continue the topic on Shuang Hor product. Moving on to the personal care product Vcare series. I think for many months we have finished all the healthcare product, and I think we even finished the beverages, coffee and the tea. I think today we move on to personal care. I think last week we finished the Ling Tu gel. Okay, today we only focus on hair care product, which is consists of our daily care shampoo, scalp care shampoo, and hair repairing serums. So a lot of people might don't understand or don't know. Vcare series is a very special product range. Uh, I personally talked to the consultant who developed this product before. She was a ex consultant from a European very famous this personal care product company, and Unilever. I think this is the biggest personal care product in Europe. She believed that using a very safe, good ingredients for personal care and skin care. And after she actually moved on from her role, so she actually developed her own product. And Shuang Hor has been very lucky to have her on board to help us to develop all these good product range where you cannot find outside. And most of the ingredients used in all these product range are safe, mild action, able to provide cleansing and refreshing at the same time. And this is consistent to the Shuang Hor company philosophy of providing a safe, healthy and effective product. Okay, so let's start. The hair care product. Good look originate from the crowning glory. I think refer to the hair. Healthy scalp stem from the right shampoo. I think that's the topic today. So keeping the hair and the scalp clean and healthy is an integral part in achieving normal hair growth. I think it's very important. Hair care is important for not only our appearance but also our overall hygiene. Having a healthy hair allows us to look our best. I think all the people want to do that and ensure our hair and scalp is healthy. If the scalp is not cared properly, then the build-up from the sweat, dirt and excess can block the follicles. Then the result in a lot of issue from inflammation to severe itching and also dandruff, where a lot of people know what it is. And if the hair follicle also needs some natural oil from the sebaceous glands and that around them to function normally. So this is to talk about why the hair and the scalp clean and healthy is important. And we'll move on to talk about the different type of the scalp condition. I think some of you might quite familiar with it. Number one is hair loss. This is quite common, but I have to tell everybody it's normal for everybody to lose some hair every day. So losing more than about 50 to 100 strands of hair is very normal. Only upon losing more than that amount or excessively, then it's a concern. So what's the symptom? Okay, you might see a strands of your hair in your hairbrush or comb, and hair that is very prone to falling off with the gentle pulling. Or for lady, when they have hair loss problem, it's always a thinning patches on the hair. And the male pattern hair loss tend to be on patches. And what's the causes? This can be the hormonal changes due to pregnancy, childbirth, and menopause, or some kind of medication that to treat cancer, especially chemo drug, and that mentioned by our last speaker talk about chemotherapy. And this kind of medication tend to have hair loss. And you also have this alopecia areata. It's a hair loss caused by immune system. It's an autoimmune disease that will attack the hair follicles. And we also have the infection by the scalp, like ringworm. So there is all possible causes of hair loss. We move on to another factor of hair scalp problem psoriasis. I think this is a problem of autoimmune disease as well. Actually, it's triggered by your body to make many new cells on the skin or on the scalp. What's the symptom like? As you can see, there's a red scary patches on the scalp. As you can see from this photo, there's sharply defined skin patches on the scalp. It can itch, but sometimes it's not. The itch is asymptomatic, means that not showing that often, and sometimes tend to be over scratches. It might have a bleeding, and that causes hair loss. As I mentioned just now, scalp psoriasis is a skin condition. It's not only happen on the scalp, it can happen in only any part of the skin of the body. It's an autoimmune disorder. It's your immune system work against your own body instead of protecting it. Okay, another scalp condition we call ringworm. It's not because of worm. It's actually a fungus infection of the scalp, and this infection tend to make a circular marks. So the symptoms include itchy patches, red areas, or the bald spots. And the cause is by a fungi, as I mentioned. And these tend to be light on the warm and the sweaty scalp. So I think a good scalp hygiene is important to prevent all this. And it also caused by poor hygiene practices like sharing of comb, bedding, and it can be infect from people to people. And house pet like cat and dog can spread this ringworm as well, so have to be careful. Okay, another thing is head lice. I think this one is very common among school-going children. When you are young, we are in school, and this, especially all the lady with long hair, this one is a very scary one. Lice are the parasite that live on the human scalp by sucking human blood. Actually, it looks like a seed of sesame, very small. And the symptoms include itchy scalp and feeling like something is always crawling on the scalp. I think in Singapore now is not less common already, and it's very alarming in the school. Last time I still remember in my school time, because it can have head-to-head transmission, and this can be sharing like comb, hair brushes, and even item contact with the head like pillow. Okay, so another condition is called irritated scalp, and I would say this is quite a common problem among people if you're looking at the overall scalp problem. Irritated scalp may be signs of eczema. You heard about eczema, is actually a sensitive skin. It takes several forms, including atopic dermatitis and contact dermatitis. I will tell you the difference later on. Also a condition known as a seborrheic dermatitis. It's more common known as dandruff, and this is a more mild form. And for baby, there's this thing called cradle caps. It's also a form of irritable scalp. But for baby, I think it tends to be healed by itself. The symptoms including flaking skin, scary patches, itchiness, and the causes include for atopic dermatitis. It's actually present of too many inflammatory cells in the skin. It's a kind of autoimmune system, more sensitivity of the scalp. And this is thing called contact dermatitis. Actually, this one is due to allergen or foreign object or substances causes irritation or an allergic reaction to the skin. For example, it can be the shampoo that you used. Okay, dandruff is a mild form of seborrheic dermatitis. I think this is very common. Dandruff on the scalp can be noticed with the little white flakes that are nothing but dead skin cell. This thing normally fall off on the shoulder. Look very untidy if you are wearing. Okay, the other one is called dry scalp. It also happens to a lot of people, and this mainly for the people that have a dry skin condition. And it occurs when the scalp does not have enough oil for the skin to feel duplicated. And the symptoms include itch and the flake. And if the skin break or cracking or scratching, bacteria can get in and cause an infection. And this is more common in the dry climates. And it also happens to a person when getting older, where your skin tend to be dried. And some people like to washing their hair very often, and or use a harsh hair product that strip out natural oil. I think that's no good. Bottom line, you still need to have maintain some oil on your scalp. Okay. And next one is the folliculitis. Folliculitis is an infection or inflammation on the hair follicle. Hair follicle is a pore where the opening to the root of your hair. So the symptom includes small red, white, yellow bumps, and sometimes it can have pus as well. And this is actually caused by bacteria or fungus, and it can be contracting through towel, soap, and other things. So it can be so-called transmit by person to person. And some people like to plug their head, plucking their head. I don't know why. This will be the problem, and weak immune system. Okay, so this is all the common scalp problem condition, and it might need your eyes. It might happen to you. It might happen to a lot of people around you, but sometimes it's just an inconvenience, and somebody might just searching for some remedy, quick remedy, some shampoo, or sometimes even they need to have taking some medication, especially for the case of the those autoimmune system related. So it's good to understand all these scalp related problem, and how our Shuang Hor product they're going to introduce to you, they're going to help them. Okay, so let's take a look about the shampoo raw material generally. Okay, so I think about 70 to 80% of the shampoo material will be water. I think this you will notice that because it helps to dilute the detergent. The next material will be detergent. Detergent is a layman term. In the most scientific term, we call surfactant. Surfactant, this term we use it. I think we talked about this in our last topic. Talk about the Go Eco product. Surfactant is actually a cleansing ingredient. So it's just how to cleanse all the dirt or oil from the scalp. So this is actually surfactant is very common. I think, for example, SLS and SLES. Okay, I think these are very two common product, and a lot of people nowadays don't like SLS. I think SLES is relatively safer. I think the product we're going to introduce you later on is contain SLES, but this is very safe form. Although a lot of people still don't think this is safe, but I can assure you, this is a very much safer form. And the foam booster, I think about 5 to 10% of the entire formula of the normal shampoo. And because this one is added to have a foaming characteristic. But in actual fact, foaming is actually not needed on the cleansing itself, because we have this thing called the primary surfactant that is actually enough to cleanse it. Foaming is added to have a psychological effect on the effectiveness of product on the shampoo. So when you do the shampooing of your scalp or hair, you see, wow, a lot of this foam. Wow, this product must be good. I think that is the idea. So there's a thickness in the shampoo. That's actually it's a secondary detergent make the shampoo formulation thicker. And we have this conditioning agent, because you know why? Surfactant normally is very harsh. After you use it, you wash your hair, it becomes very dry. So you need a conditioning agent. Conditioning agent have a function of moisturizing ingredient include polymer, silicone, and other type of agent. So actually, you use conditioning agent after shampooing, and it actually can modify the characteristic of a feel. Like you feel that the hair becomes softness, static charge, and you easy to comb. And example of all these conditioner agent include dimethicone. I think this is a very famous ingredient. Dimethicone is a example of silicone. In case you don't know what silicone is like a lot of people use it to do a lot of repairing on home. I think on the glass edges, or we call that is a plastic. So there are a lot of controversial talk about dimethicone. So Dimethicone is a silicone. Is it safe for your hair? Some people believe that Dimethicone is harmful because it's not natural. And some people believe that it's a form of barrier. People use it to form a barrier. I think in our house we use a lot of silicone. Dimethicone seal in oil, our sweat, dirt, and other things that can clog, pore, and lead to hair loss. Okay, however, the amount of Dimethicone in hair product is generally considered safe because it uses less than 15%. So it means that this hair product, if you have Dimethicone, if it's less than 15%, it's safe because it's not a lot. So that is the idea according to the standard. But if you believe having an allergic reaction after you use certain shampoo, if there's a redness, itchy, swelling, burning, irritation, then you must quickly stop this product immediately. But rest assured, later I'm going to introduce product which is Dimethicone free. Okay, this is the product we're going to introduce today, our Vcare hair care product. It do not contain Dimethicone and is still able to giving healthy scalp and burden-free tresses or hairs. There are 3 products. Number 1 is our Vcare daily care product. Okay, the keyword is daily care. Cleanses the scalp and able to moisture the tresses. So let's understand what is the ingredient and the function. And it actually is suitable to all hair type, especially dehydrated hair, split end, perm hair, and even dye hair. Okay, so let's look at ingredient. The surfactant is the one that we use is a plant source, so it's a cleansing hair with mild action. And we also added cucumber extract and aloe vera extract. So actually you can have a moisturizing effect and on the hair, and these are all plant based. And you also have this thing called red seaweed extract, and you know that seaweed is actually a powerful moisturizing ability, so it's added into this daily product for the moisturizing effect of your hair. Remember we talked about your hair cannot be too dry or scalp cannot be too dry. You have things like maybe you might have a dandruff, you might have things like dry hair problem. Your scalp might be have some so-called crack or whatever. And there's a special repair ingredient capable of forming an anti-static protective film to make the hair feel softer and smoother. So we don't use Dimethicone. You still can have this effect. And pro vitamin B5 make your hair shine with healthy glow. And actually this will avoid dehydrated hair and split end. I think split end is what most of the ladies do want to see on their hair. Then you'll be able to have refresh and comfortable. Okay, understanding this daily care shampoo, let's understand the other shampoo is called Scalp Care Shampoo. Scalp Care Shampoo able to restore and protect for more robust and healthier hair. So actually, as the name implies, it's actually more for scalp. Okay, it's suitable for all hair type as well, especially for dandruff and scalp sensitive hair. You might confuse, should I use scalp or hair care shampoo, or should I use daily care shampoo? I will explain to you later. So you have the plant source surfactant combination as similar to the daily care. You have Campazole, help to subdue the proliferation of fungus, preventing the formation of dandruff. Remember, we have a lot of scalp problem due to the infected fungus. And we have this thing, vitamin B3, so it actually can prevent scalp inflammation and also counter the allergic condition. I presented many of the so-called the scalp allergic condition just now. And we have this special ingredient to make the hair feel softer and smoother, as mentioned just now. Pro vitamin B5, good for dehydrated hair and split end. And we have peppermint, actually able to provide you the feel and cooling reflection. Okay, so I think this one is the precious ingredient we use in the scalp care shampoo. Okay, we move on to another product, Vcare hair repairing serum, and it's offering deep layer of nourishing to keep your hair in tip-top condition in all day. I think this is what I like most of the time. Okay, so what is the ingredient used? Chitosan, This one is an anti-fungus and the deodorizing benefit to let the hair smell better, and also it's an anti-fungus and a seaweed extract. So this one, as mentioned, you actually have a very strong moisturizing effect. Olive oil, actually, some people want to put some oil on your scalp or hair. Olive oil is a plant-based, nourish the hair to become smooth and shiny. Okay, so why Vcare hair care product? It provides cleansing to the scalp. Okay, I think as I mentioned, we need to keep our scalp and hair clean, remove dirt and oily discharge of scalp, antifungal, antibacterial. It ensures healthy aspect of the product, no dimethicone, not to burden your scalp. More plant-based and less chemical cleansing agent. I never said this is a 100% plant-based product, but it's more plant-based. And give mild action of cleansing, and less causing dryness and damage to the scalp, and most importantly able to provide a refreshing feeling and remove stress and give comfort effect. Who should use? Everybody at all age group, baby, even the people that use it, because as I mentioned, this one is a more plant-based product. Actually, you have definitely less burden to the scalp, including baby scalp. People suffer from hair loss due to prolonged use of that shampoo that contain dimethicone, as I mentioned just now, keeping the hair and scalp clean and healthy. And most important, those who have allergic condition of the scalp, this is very useful. How to use? Okay, for shampoo, I think lather well in your wet palm, apply and gently massage onto your wet hair for about 3 to 5 minutes. After that, rinse thoroughly. So there is if you are very healthy scalp or hair, you can alternate use of scalp and daily scalp shampoo. It means that you can use 1 day of scalp shampoo, then another 2 to 3 days of daily care shampoo, and you repeat a scalp. And of this alternate use, then you will provide you a very balanced, healthy scalp and hair. And for people who have more long hair, it might need more daily care, so you can use alternate day. So I think it's very good. And for me, have a shorter hair, I can use more on scalp shampoo. How about repairing serum? So that it's separate into wet use and dry use. Wet use means that apply evenly over the wet hair, leave it for 3 to 5 minutes before rinsing. So you rinse it away. But people tend to also dry use. Apply an appropriate amount over the hair, absorbing the scalp, and no rinsing needed, so it can actually protect the hair. And for me, I use it to actually hold my hair. So I'm going to use the thing like hair cream, which is very oily, actually, and you don't want that to happen. So this repair serum can use that for that purpose. And some lady tend to apply it on their hair end. Actually, the hair will look more so-called soft, and prevent the split end as well. So this use of repairing serum. Okay, before I end this topic, I want to give you some useful hair care tips. So a lot of people like to use the hair dryer. Okay, just a cautious. For our hair, if the moisture level drop below 10%, the hair will turn rough and develop split ends. So that's one of the reasons why people have split ends. So always advisable to leave your hair dry by itself. That's the best way. But if nighttime you wash your hair and the weather don't permit you to dry the hair by itself, then you can use a blower at the distance from the scalp. That's to prevent the hair from heat out or dry out. And comb your hair fairly frequently to promote blood circulation. Combing hair is important. About 30 strokes a day for getting rid of the dirt and also excite the scalp to promote blood circulation. So important. Combing your hair actually also excite your scalp to promote blood circulation. But don't comb excessively. That might be harming your hair. Okay, towel dry your hair but not forcefully after shampooing. This one is a very useful tips. So some people after shampooing, washing their hair, so they forcefully towering, means that they use their towel, just want to dry the hair, and using a very forceful manner. And imagine that will just pull all your hair off. So the right way is wrap a big piece of towel around your hair for a while, to pick up the excess water. So wrapping a big piece of towel around your hair after shampooing or hair wash, that should be the right way. So discussing about foaming of the shampoo, as I mentioned just now, the foaming actually just nice, good enough to carry away the dirt. That should be good. If you are using too many of them, too much of them, indicate your overuse of so-called all these surfactants. They will cause dryness in your hair instead, which is no good. Okay, we also promote healthy living habits because actually hair get its supply of nutrient from the so-called blood capillary under the scalp. So if you don't have a healthy living habits, okay, for example, stay out late night and will lead to all these chronic lethargic and insufficient of blood flow. Insufficient of blood flow not only harm your major organ in the body, I think as mentioned by just on the speaker talk about people cancer. One belief on cancer by TCM is believed that there is a stagnant circulation in your body, 血气不通. So same thing for your scalp. You need to have circulation, then the all the nutrient able to go to your scalp, then they have your healthy hair grow. Okay, application of hair repairing serum is important after shampooing because the surface of the hair or cuticle scale of the hair remain open out right after shampooing. So after that, you need to have a more moisturizing. So that is where you need to have this hair repairing serum, or we call conditioning. So actually help you to production of the electrostatic charger and have the nourishing of your hair. I think that is important. Above is a 6 useful hair care tip for your consideration. So conclusion, our Vcare hair care product provide cleansing, a healthy aspect, mild action, and the refreshing after use. I think this is the conclusion of this topic today. Thank you.